Many people think that the Untended Graves is solely in the past before you get to Firelink Shrine in your time period. However, there is some damning evidence to point to the Untended Graves being in the future after you link the flame or let it die, etc. First of all, Champion Gundyr. Gundyr being here isn't a surprise either way. If it's the past him, he fell to darkness when you find him. However, I think that this is him in the future after we've killed him in the Light Firelink. We know the world of Dark Souls, souls have a tendency to show up and reincarnate into the world every time the fire is linked. So if you link the fire, his soul was returned to the world as it was. And if you didn't link the flame, somebody came and usurped you and did it after you. If you look at the endings of Dark Souls 3, even the Link the Fire ending isn't like in Dark Souls 1, where you erupt in flame. The first flame, after being relit so many times, is starting to lose power, starting to wane, it seems. And when we get to the Snub the Flame ending, the Firekeeper speaks to us afterwards, so we know things can survive in the dark. The darkness and the abyss are two different things. The abyss is humanity run wild, and the darkness is just a world without the fire. The most solid piece of evidence to the Undead Graves being in the future is the coiled sword fragment. The description reads, fragment of the coiled sword at a bonfire, which served its purpose long ago. Returns the caster to the bonfire used for resting, or to the bonfire in Firelink Shrine. Can be used repeatedly. Bonfires are linked to one another irreversibly, retaining their affinity long after their purpose is exhausted. So more reasons to argue that the graves are in the future are the Firekeeper's eyes. So we find the item description says, a pair of dark eyes, said to be the eyes of the first Firekeeper, and the light that was lost by all Firekeepers to come. It reveals to the sightless Firekeepers things that they should never see. And when you give the eyes to the Firekeeper back in Firelink Shrine, she says,
Ashen One, are these eyes? How gracious of thee, Ashen One. The very things we Firekeepers have been missing. Ashen One, my thanks for the eyes thou hast given. But Firekeepers are not meant to have eyes. It is forbidden. These will reveal through a sliver of light frightful images of betrayal. A world without fire. Ashen One, is this truly thy wish? Of course. I serve thee and will do as thou bidst. This will be our private affair. No one else may know of this. Stay thy path. Find lords to link the fire, and I will blindly tend to the flame until the day of thy grand betrayal. Ashen One, if thine heart should bend, kill me and strip these eyes from my person. I will return as the Firekeeper I once was, as it has always been.
Which seems to point out she can see a world of darkness, but not as the same as being blind. She sees embers among the darkness. In the world of Dark Souls, there's always embers among the darkness and always dark amongst the flame. The fact that you find these eyes on a body of a Firekeeper long since dead, wearing the exact same clothes as a Firekeeper in the Light Firelink Shrine, seems to point out there's some kind of cycle where you go to the future, retrieve the eyes, bring it to the past where you are, and you give it to her, and then eventually she dies, and then you go to the future and pick them back up, and it just keeps going. So they're already there for you to pick up and then bring them back. Another piece of evidence is that isn't as critical, is that you're able to get on top of the roof. If you're able to get on top of the roof of Firelink Shrine using the tree glitch, the place where the Silver Serpent Ring is, it's gone if you picked it up before getting to the graves. If you didn't, I believe that it's still there if you didn't pick it up before getting to the graves. Another piece of pretty good evidence to me is the coffin that you woke up in. The coffin that you rose from all the way in the beginning of the game is still open. It could be that in the past you hadn't been buried yet, and that's just an open coffin for somebody to be put in, but it just seems like if you rose out of the coffin and it was never closed. That makes sense to me. Why are there Black Knights at the Dark Firelink? Well, why are there Black Knights in the Kiln of the First Flame? Because they're there to guard the place where the fire was linked. It's called Firelink Shrine. It's where the fire, it's not exactly where the fire's linked, but it's super close to exactly. It's the entrance to the place where the fire is linked. I don't think that them returning, I think that them returning after the flame was relit makes sense to me, but I guess before the flame was lit also makes sense. These Black Knights kind of don't really support either it being in the past or the future, because there's Black Knights in the game in your time period too. So it's not like there aren't any more Black Knights in your time period. They're still around. Andre isn't there, but his hammer is. So Andre from the first game made an appearance in this game. You'll notice he isn't in Dark Firelink Shrine, but his smithing hammer is. Why would there be a whole blacksmithing setup, all the weapons that have been smithed, all that stuff, and his hammer there before he got there, like before he was there? Why would that be? I highly doubt someone just set up the blacksmithing workshop and just left it laying around. As well, Lothric Castle, and the wall is literally right fucking there. It's literally right there. Why would it have been built before the Age of Fire? It could have been, but it doesn't really seem like the world of Dark Souls, all the stuff and buildings are built before the Age of Fire. It seems like the fire is all the civilization crumbles. The world goes into near darkness. The fire is linked. A new Age of Fire, new kingdoms rise up during that time. I think one of the strongest reasons to believe that the Untended Graves is in the past is the Handmaiden, because she can be found in the Firelink Shrine, but also in the Untended Graves. In the Graves, she doesn't know who you are, whether you spoke to her in the Light Firelink or not. But if you don't speak with her in the Light Firelink and you speak to her in the Graves first, then go talk to her in the Light Firelink, she'll speak as if she remembers you. So that's my little theory, guys. There's some evidence. I really would love to hear your feedback in the comments. If you guys really like this kind of thing, I may do more in the future, but let me know. Peace out, guys.